Hey guys, I'm Martin Stepanek from Tech SEO Vitals. Today I'm going to check one website, specifically GNC, which I found that they have a couple of issues, and I want to demonstrate how it looks like very fast technical SEO and web performance audit of any website. I took this issue because I found they have many interesting mistakes which you should pay attention. So I will show you now. As usually, I start to check website directly, and immediately I spot on the website when I open source code that main file is basically just this. It's basically just JavaScript. That means that this website is having pretty huge problems with being crawled and indexed in tools such as ChatGPT. But in case of Google, it's pretty good because Google, of course, can render JavaScript, but ChatGPT crawlers, unfortunately, not. That I could even try to look for product in ChatGPT. It initially tried to find it in other language domains, but when I forced ChatGPT to do it from com domain, which I see that has that issue, we can see that wasn't able to take any of products to that schema. So that's the first issue which I would personally focus. If I would be in the GNC team, I would try to fix this to be ready for this AI era which is coming. Also, the site is pretty overcrowded by scripts. We can filter JavaScript, and we can see that there is many of analytics tools, jQuery, a lot of jQuery libraries, which can pretty slow down website. Personally, when I was developer, I was aiming always to use normal vanilla JavaScript without any additional libraries which are just slowing down the performance of website. What we can see when we checked Core Web Vitals, we can see that they are pretty slow. We can check origin, which is for all domain, not only for the homepage. And we can see that time to first bit, it's not bad, it's in green, but many times you can optimize this time literally below 300 seconds to make the website much faster. Many times, especially in static website, not eShops, you can just use CDN for caching all the website, and it will provide even 100 milliseconds. But in case of eShops, you need to many times rewrite code to make it more efficient. Also, there is LCP issue, which is pretty a lot for second. As we know, people, if they don't see website which is already loaded within 3 seconds, they are many times leaving. Approximately 50% of people, they bounce within first 3 seconds. So I would really focus to show important things, especially largest content paint, the largest element on the website in above default section as soon as possible. If you are able to optimize this within 1.5 second, it would be perfect. Because from the Google point of view, 2.5 second is threshold, which will Google consider for SEO, okay, you're done, you have it good. But in case of eShops where you are selling products, you should always aim for the lowest possible metrics, because the faster the website is, the better conversions you can have, and ultimately leading to better income of overall income. INP 270 milliseconds not great, not terrible, but I would really aim to minimize it. But often it's not easy, especially when the eShop is so crowded with analytics tools, which I pretty think that they will be the source of problem. In this video, I'm not focusing for deep investigation of the things, because it wouldn't be video for couple of minutes, it would be video for a couple of hours or days, since really deep audit takes a lot of time. Also, CLS, I would really focus to have it all the time 0. Personally, I don't see any reason why the number should be more than 0, because the user experience when I visit the website and elements are jumping there, it's not pretty good. There is even a couple of researches which connected CLS parameter when it's bad with like trust issues from the customers, because they feel like the eShop is like not reputable when they have this cumulative layout shift issues. Typically, I don't look for these performance issues within Lighthouse like this. I use different tools for checking it, but I decided to show it in PageSpeed Insight now, which is like pretty famous for majority of people. And you can see actually pretty big issue here, that they block all content with this pop-up. Thanks God Google can manage it many times and crawl the content even with this pop-up, but many times in the past I spotted Google has pretty big issue with crawling the content when there was pop-up jumped without any action by the user. That would be from the PageSpeed Insight. Very good tool is like a few months ago released is CrackSwiss from the Google, where you can access actually Core Web Vitals data from last month, and we can see that GNC is constantly bad with LCP parameter. It's slightly better now, but still needs to be focused. With INP, they are consistently average. They need simply improvements. And with CLS, they are also pretty consistent. So another good metric which I focus all the time is time to first byte, which they pretty improved recently in recent months. When there was 2 seconds, that's quite terrible, because for first 2 seconds you don't see anything. You are waiting for first answer for over 2 seconds in this case. That's all from this side. Also, many times I do like basic review of how they are performing. We can see that they are slightly losing, not really slightly, actually, that top 3 keywords, they lost almost half of keywords in last 2 years. So they are definitely losing, and if they will optimize their website, there is really high chance that they will start to grow up again, since now is the time when e-commerce is growing pretty fast. Yeah, you can see it even with the other keywords, they are pretty much losing. Yeah, that's like everything from here. All issues. What we can see, they have pretty a lot of 404 errors. I did just sample audit on first 5,000 euros. I didn't crawl all the website because it would took too long time, and for the purpose of this video is not necessary, but we can see that they have tons of 404 links, and especially it matches pattern that is brands. That's one of issue which I would definitely focus, because 404 errors are very bad type of error, since crawlers like Googlebot, they are losing your valuable crawl budget time with crawling this 404 pages, but Also, when user hit this page, will feel like pretty disappointed because it's kind of dead end for them. Always what I recommend is to review what pages are no index, if they really should be no index. Here in Ahrefs you can even find pages and links where they are linked together. What I also would aim in these big e-commerce stores is to minimize redirects, because also you are losing your valuable crawl budget time with the amount of redirects on the website, which are pretty not necessary to have them. Also, one other issue which I see is the issues with reflang or hreflang, which definitely I would fix, because Google can have some troubles with matching your correct domains in correct countries. Also, the best would be in their case to apply for some compression for images, because they have many of them too large. Particularly, let's check, they are like pretty big. Yeah, especially GIFs are pretty big. I would definitely use some compression or using modern format for images like WebP, Audit, or any other. So, page has broken JavaScript. This is not always the issue, because sometimes even when it is broken, it doesn't need to affect anything. But definitely I would investigate it much deeper. What's the reason of broken JavaScript and what it can do? Also, we can see they have pretty a lot of issues in sitemap. In sitemap, you should never have any redirect or even 404, 403 or any 400 error, because again you are losing your valuable crawl budget for crawling of these pages. Also, in Ahrefs you can see that they are getting traffic for some of these pages, which definitely I would review, especially to get something. If there is possibility to redirect these 404 pages, I would definitely consider to redirect them, if there is good match, of course. Or if not, I would keep it like for 410 error, that content is simply gone. Okay, that's pretty much from Ahrefs. You can see here is tons of issues. However, not all of them are pretty important to fix. Of course, from the long-term perspective, I would focus even for these issues, because with every small step, you can be still better and better and better, and getting better user experience, better conversion, higher revenue, even better position in Google when you fix them. But you need to always consider how you fix them and in what timing, how you will plan to fix them. Because if the team has only like 20 hours per month to fix these SEO issues, you need to do very good prioritization. What's the most important issue? Which issues will be first fixed? Which will be the last one? It's all about the prioritization. But I would pretty focus for at least 1/3 of these issues to improve them, even when they affect less pages. Also, I perform audit at least in 2 different tools, especially for Ahrefs. Many times I use for like kind of sample audits. Screaming Frog I use for bigger website. For very, very large website, there are even other better tools. but we don't need to speak about them. First big issue is basically 100 pages was affected by blocked resources. We can check rendered page, block resources. Let's check this page and let's check what was blocked. Because many of these, even when these issues will appear in majority of audit as the first one, it's actually not in majority of times anything really what you should consider, because as you see, it looks like all those blocked JavaScripts are just those JavaScript which can be blocked because they're like analytics, they're Google advertisement tags. So it's like, in this case, it doesn't look like major issue, or I would say it's not issue at all. But it's good to check multiple pages, not only one, because I would say it's the best is to review each type of page where there are shared resources. Also, what we have here is errors like missing tags. This is definitely for fix, but we talked even before about that. Yeah, another big issue which we can see here across multiple issues is actually that HTML is not where it should be. That canonical tags and other directives are out of head page. Some crawlers, they can manage it to crawl it properly and understand what's there, but unfortunately majority of crawlers, they won't understand at all. So one more big issue is structured data, especially with e-commerce. It's kind of critical to check what's actually that error, and if it is something very big. Yeah, there's like a couple of issues, warnings. What personally I recommend when you see even warnings or recommendation for schema org, schema markup, structured data, call it whatever you want, you should always fill even recommended fields if it is possible. You will get higher chance to appear better in Google search results or even in any other tools, because as you provide more data, you can probably appear better on better positions or better order than websites which provide just some fragments of those data. Okay. It's also good to check if your robots.txt, especially when it's like kind of larger, to check if it's blocking really pages which should be blocked, because you can accidentally block many things which you don't want, and even with one wrong line in robots.txt, you can actually block all your website. You can see that here is actually pretty a lot of issues. Not all of them there affect large part of pages. I would definitely consider what's the best to fix as first, what's not, because even the first issue, which like Screaming Frogs or Spider is putting on the first place, it's obviously not something what really matter. You need to really consider which issue is like really issue, how fast it should be fixed, and what's possible ROI of fixing that issues. Because majority of these issues will be, you won't really get anything if you fix them. They are just kind of like, many of them are just like, you can even see its opportunities. There is chance that you will get something better, but it's not really necessarily like that. Okay, let's see what if I see. Maybe talking to security, especially in e-commerce and any website where or even payments, I would consider implementing majority of security measurements, especially course content security policy. I would definitely recommend to set up it for every single website. Yeah, we can see when there was like few 500 errors, which should be pretty fixed all the time. Even when there is only one page, you should really investigate why was 500, but these are external, so you can't unfortunately have any influence on that. So yeah, we can see when there are like missing H1 tags. That's probably everything. Like from those biggest issues on this website, I think it is everything. What lastly I always check is kind of user experience, how I feel when I'm on the website. You can see it's still loading and I have fiber internet. Yeah, they start to annoy you immediately with these pop-ups. I mean, it's nice to offer some discount, maybe just I would use it with some action, not just automatically appear, like maybe when I'm leaving browser, it could appear. And even this, like, yeah, you could see how it jump. It's like not the best user experience. Yeah. It takes time to load everything. You could clearly see actually there was slight delay after clicking and reaction of UI. That's probably that INP issue what they have. It can be because of this. Yeah, again, it's jumping thanks to the header. It's not very well coded. The issue, even for me, it's just my personal feeling. I feel kind of overwhelmed on this checkout. I don't really know what I should do actually. It's like the main action are just like they're lost in every other more visible elements here. So that I would definitely try to fix. Okay, it's really good, but I don't have now the phone with me. You should always check even mobile user experience, if it is possible to navigate around the website, if everything works, even if you see everything what you should see. Yeah, actually, like mobile UI is slightly better when checkout. You can really see what you should do. So that would be probably everything from GNC. I would definitely for them to recommend to fix all those issues I was pointing in this video. And if you would like to have even your website reviewed like this publicly in video, just submit your URL in the comments. I will check it in one of videos, which I will do soon also. If you like this video, hit the like button. It will help me. And see you soon. Bye.